Hello, this is Mara Jade, and I'm here with another video. Instead of focusing this video on any Star Wars related news, particularly in the wake of the Washington Post hit piece against the Phantom Menace, I decided to shift it to the Birds of Prey film opening on February 7th in a little over 2 weeks' time. And while searching for any news related articles about the film, I came across this one on Deadline.com entitled Birds of Prey Plans 52 Million Opening Flight Early Box Office Projection. Like the title states, it's an early projection, so anything can change. It's from January 16th, so it's a little over a few days old, but I think it's still relevant and still interesting, so let's get into this, shall we? Okay, Warner Brothers DC movie Birds of Prey hit tracking this morning with a range of $49 million to $55 million, the average being $52 million, comfortably in between, when it opens on February 7th, that weekend's only wide release. All exhibitors looked at Birds of Prey as it's arguably the only franchise film for the month of February, which can work in its favor, however, that's not always a guarantee. The film is really hot right now with the under 25 demo, with young males, ironically, and interestingly enough, followed by young females making it their first choice. Unaided awareness, those who cite the movie without being prodded in tracking survey, is great with young females. And given the whole girl power surrounding this film, it's really no surprise there. The third paragraph goes into the cast and crew, but the last sentence is what interests me, and that is the movie cost before P&A, so before marketing budget, is reported $97.1 million. Now, if this total is accurate, to find the marketing budget, you have it, which would make the total overall for this movie $146.65 million. Now, general rule of thumb is theaters and studios split the box office 50-50. So, just to break even, you'd have to take that total, the 146.65, and times it by 2, which means just to break even, Birds of Prey will have to make $291.3 million, nearly $300 million just to break even. Now, is it possible? Yes, it's a comic book movie, and yes, it's arguably the only quote-unquote big budget film opening in February. So, as I said, it can work in its favor. However, that's not always a guarantee because you have to factor in the level of anticipation for the film and the fact that it's only tracking at the most opening weekend $55 million, which is the budget for the Joker film. It's pretty dismal if you think about it. Now, the Joker film, with a budget of $55 million, had a projected opening of $82 million when it premiered in October. It bested it by a little over $14 million to get $96 plus million world opening weekend. Like I said, this is a projection. This is a prediction. Anything can change. It's like my dad always says about election years and polling. The only polls that matter is what happens on election day. Likewise with movies. The only box office take that matters is what actually happens on opening weekend. So it could get lower than 49 million. It could get higher than the 55 million. We'll have to wait and see at this point. But looking, as I said, at that total, and going by the rule of thumb to get what it have to break even, that is rather low. Among the top 5 opening movies in February, Black Panther with the month's record of 202 million, Deadpool with 132.4, 50 Shades of Grey, the Twilight fanfic with 85.1 million, The Passion of the Christ with 83.8, and the Lego Movie with $69 million. So, a DC movie with arguably a loved character in Harley Quinn can't even have an early projection that bests the $69 million for the Lego Movie. Nothing against the Lego Movie. I enjoyed it for what it was. But this is a DC film. This is a comic book film. Could it beat the Lego Movie? Absolutely. I'm not saying either way based on the early predictions. However, the fact that it's even tracking lower than what the Lego Movie took in, that's sad. Alright, anyone griping that the movie is not at the level of Suicide Squad's opening $133.6 million has to remember that it's a spin-off, which is true. Spin-offs generally don't make as much as the bigger budget movies within the universe. However, I reiterate, it's starring a character that most people love, Harley Quinn. She should be the draw. She should be what brings in comic book fans to watch the film. And there's not much anticipation for this film. There are people who are saying that they're going to watch it. I'm at 90%, 10%, where 90% of me is like, no way, I'm not going to see this film. I have no interest in seeing it at all. And there's a 10% of me that is morbidly curious and might see it, if anything, to see what a train wreck it will be by the looks of the trailers, as well as, if the rumors are true, the memes that will come out of it. Huh. It's also early in the campaign, which is true, and when you're trying to excite the younger under 25 demo, could you just say demographic, please? Studios will typically go after them in the days leading up to the opening. Young females, per those who study demos, make decisions to go to the movies at the last minute, and in packs, versus older females who plan their trips to the cinema well in advance. And I think I fall into the latter category at that point. But anyway, the fact that they make their decisions at the last minute, which means if word of mouth is poor for this film, it could affect the overall box office take. So that total could be lower than what they're predicting right now. Who knows? Like I said early in the campaign, Joker was only projected to make a little over $80 million. It made almost $100 million its opening weekend. And then New Line Shazam, a slightly more deeper universe DC superhero, opened $53.5 million last April and made $140.3 million domestic, with $364.5 million worldwide. So that was a pretty poor opening for Shazam. I overall enjoyed the film. It wasn't my favorite in the DCEU, but at the same time, I don't think it was as bad as people were saying. And then Birds of Prey is falling right around where Shazam, the take that Shazam had in April. Not looking good. Not looking good at all, but still early. Anything could happen in the next 2 weeks. Any changes can be made to the box office projection, and we could see it taking a great haul on opening weekend, and we can see it basically petering out before Sunday hits. We'll have to wait and see at this point. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about the upcoming film. Are you planning on seeing it? Are you not planning on seeing it? Tell me why or why not. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. Share it on social media if you enjoy it. I do have another video planned. Hopefully, I will film it tomorrow and get it uploaded in time for people to see it. I'm not sure. With the time zones, it's difficult to gauge when a good upload time is, but I'm going to try to get one out tomorrow, as I said. And this is Mara Jade. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you all on the dark side. Take care.